Hello friends, 大家好，谢谢你们来看我们的 YouTube channel. Thank you for coming and watching our YouTube channel. And in today's video, I'm going to talk about some terminology related to time. Okay, so what are the different terms which we use related to time in Mandarin language? Yeah, so let's get started. So first, we are going to learn different times in a day, right? So what are the different times in a day? So let's look at the different times in a day. So in English, we have just one term for morning, right? So morning time, it's just morning. But in Mandarin language, we have two terms for morning, right? So we're going to see that. So we have early morning, which is till 8 o'clock. We have late morning, which is like from 8 till 11:55. Then we have noon, which is a 1 hour time, that's 12 to 1. Then we have afternoon, which is like from 1 5 till 4 o'clock. And then we have evening, which starts from 4 till midnight. Okay, now let's look at the terms in Mandarin language, right? So early morning, we call it as Zhao Shang, right? So it's Zhao Shang, that is only till 8 o'clock. Then we have late morning, we call it as Shang Wu, Shang Wu, right? Then we have noon, which is 12 to 1, we call it as Chong Wu, Chong Wu. Then we have afternoon, which is like 1:05 to 4 o'clock, we call it as Xiao Wu, right? Xiao Wu. And then we have evening, which is from 4 till midnight, we call it Wan Shang, right? So these are the different terms or different times in a day. Okay, next we have okay, so now we are going to learn what are the different terms related to time. So first we saw different parts or different times in a day, and now we are going to see what are the different terms related to time. So we are going to learn a word for o'clock, then we are going to learn a word for minute, then we are going to learn word for 30 minutes or the word for half actually, and we are going to learn a word for second, right? And so please watch this video till end, because there are few tips which I want to tell you, and I'll be sharing at the end of the video, because those tips are very important when you're using time or saying time in Mandarin language, right? So the word for o'clock is dian, dian, right? Then minute is fun, fun. 30 minutes is ban, okay, ban. And second is meow, meow, right? So these are different terms related to time, right? Because how you use these terms, like if I have to say time 7 o'clock, or I say 8:20, or I'll say 9:30, or I'll say 20 seconds, right? So these are the terms which we are going to use. Now before we go and see how to say time, I'm not sure if all of you know numbers in Mandarin language, right? Some of you may know numbers in Mandarin language, some of you may not know numbers in Mandarin language. So before I show examples of time, how do we say time, we'll just quickly learn numbers in Mandarin. And actually the learning numbers in Mandarin is quite easy, right? So let's go and see numbers. Yeah, so these are the numbers I have written here from 1 to 10. So quickly I'm going to say all the numbers here, then we'll see how do we say time, right? So e, er, san, si, wu, liu, qi, ba, jiu, shi. Okay, so these are the numbers from 1 to 10. Now If you know numbers from 1 to 10, it's very easy to say numbers till 99. Okay, let's see how. So number 11, right? After 10 comes number 11. How do we say number 11? It's 10 plus 1. That is 11, right? 11. Okay. Now let's see how we say numbers from 12 to 20. So it's very easy. 12, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, right? 20. So quickly now we know number from 1 till 20, and I'm sure you can easily guess how do we say higher numbers starting from 20 till 99, right? If not, then maybe I'll cover it in another video, number video, but I'm sure you are smart enough to understand and get how do we say numbers from 21 till 99. Okay, so now let's move on to say time now. Right, let's see here. Okay, now let's say 8 o'clock, right? So 8 o'clock. So o'clock is dian. So 八点, right? 7:10. So 7:10, how are we going to say it? 7 o'clock and 10 minutes, right? 7 o'clock and 10 minutes. So it becomes 7点吃饭, 7点吃饭, right? Now here you must be wondering why I have written English numbers and not the pinyin part of Chinese number, because I don't want you to get confused with so many words. So that's the reason I have just written English number, but you can always go back and refer to what we say for numbers in case you are not able to still memorize the numbers, right? Then 6:30. So how do we say 6:30? So we learn 6 o'clock and 30 minutes. So that's how we are going to say it. So Liu Dian Ban, right? Liu Dian Ban. You can say it in two ways, because ban is the word for 30 minutes. Or Liu Dian San Shi Fan. Liu Dian San Shi Fan. Then let's say if the number is 9 o'clock 15 minutes and 10 seconds, right? We did learn the word for seconds as well. So we are going to say it as 9点15分10秒, right? 9 o'clock 15 minutes and 10 seconds. Okay, so I hope till here it's clear. Okay, so now we are familiar with how to say time in Mandarin language by using numbers and by using different terms related to time, right? Now next, what is important part of time? The important part of time is we have to mention A.M. and P.M, right? Sometimes we do mention A.M. and P.M. So what is the terminology for A.M. and P.M? So good part is you have already learned that terminology, right? So how do we specify whether it is morning or whether it is evening or whether it is afternoon in Mandarin, right? In English we use AM and PM, but in Mandarin what are we going to use, or which terms we are going to use? Are we going to learn new terms, or we are going to use terms which we have already learned? So yes, we are going to use the terms which we have already learned. So what are those terms? Let's go to back of video. Okay, so now these are the terms. Okay, so these are the terms which we are going to use for mentioning or for specifying if it is a evening or if it is a afternoon or if it is a morning, right? So let's see how do we use these terms. Okay. Now let's say time is 4 a.m. Okay, so 4 a.m. is morning, right? And the word for early morning is 早上, 早上. So I'm going to say 早上4点, 早上4点, right? So what is the difference? In English, we put AM and PM after we put the time, but here we are going to specify before saying the time. Okay, let's see the next one. So next one is 9:30 a.m. That is a late morning, right? So the word for late morning is 上午, 上午. So it will be 上午9点半, right? 上午9点半. Then 12:20 p.m. which is the noon time, and the word for noon is 中午, right? So 中午12点半. Oh sorry, 12点20分, right? So 20 minutes. 中午12点20分. Then 3:25, which is afternoon. So the word for afternoon is 下午, 下午. So 下午3点25分, 下午3点25分. And then comes evening, right? So evening 8:50 p.m. The word for evening is 晚上, 晚上8点50分, 晚上8点50分. Okay, fine. So now here you can easily say time in Mandarin language, right? But now you remember the tips which I wanted to give you. So there are the two important points which we have to remember. See, first one is the word for minute is actually fan zong. Okay, fan zong is a complete word for a word for a minute. But when we are using time, when we are saying time, we just use half of the word, that is fun. And also you would have seen that fun, I have put it in a bracket. So why I have put it in a bracket? Because sometimes they don't use fun, or when you are saying the time, right? Suppose if I have to say 下午3点25, I can just stop there itself. I don't really have to say fun. So fun is a kind of an optional when you are saying time, or when you are in spoken or in conversation, you can just omit fun. And another thing which we have to remember, this fun we only used to say when we are saying time, okay, minutes in time. But when we are saying minutes in duration, okay, like suppose if I have to say this video is for 5 minutes, so it's a duration, right? So I don't say wu fun, I will say wu fun zong. If I have to say the food will be ready in 10 minutes, again it's a duration. So 10分钟, I will not use only fun, because that's many times people do make mistake. They just use half of the word when they are using minutes for duration. So whenever you are using minutes in duration, so you have to use the complete word, that is 分钟. Okay. And other thing is these AM and PM terms are a bit flexible. So what does it mean? So if you remember, I told 早上 is like till 8 o'clock. But even for 8:30, even for sometimes 9 a.m, you can say 早上 instead of 上午. Okay, so 1 hour here and there, it's fine. Like if I take another example, the 中午, which is noon, I just told it's till 1 o'clock. But again till 1:30, you can use it as 中午. Even 2 o'clock also sometimes you can use it as 中午. Same is the case with the 下午. So 下午 I have told you till 4 o'clock, but even 4:30 till 5 also you can say it as a 下午. So these terms 1 hour here and there, it's fine. Okay, so it's not very rigid that it has to be very specific, like 8:5 means it becomes 上午. No, it can be 早上 also you can say. Okay, so that was all about the time. So since now you know about the time and how to say time in Mandarin, so go and make an appointment with your manager, with your teacher, with your friend, or with whomever you want to make an appointment, you can fix the timings very easily now, right? Thank you for watching this video, and I hope I'm able to make you understand the concept of time or different terms related to time in Mandarin. If there is anything which I missed out or which you want to know, please feel free to comment. I would definitely cover that. And if there is something else or some other topics or some other terminology which you want to learn, please comment and I will try my best to make video on those topics. Thank you. 谢谢你们来看我们的 YouTube channel. And I hope to see you again in my next video very soon. Thank you once again.